Welcome to the Gambling Goats podcast here. I'm Shea. He's Johnny. We're coming to you live via satellite in my mom's basement and at Johnny's apartment. We're just a couple average dudes that like to make their games a little bit more interesting by placing some wagers. Johnny, why don't you take it away here? We're going to be talking about the Jake Paul fight this weekend. What are your thoughts? What do you think happened? Do you like it? Talk to me, big fella.
Well, I'll try and get a word in, but I definitely wouldn't start off by saying that we're average. But yeah, so welcome to our little show. Please feel free to follow, like, and subscribe. Check out our Instagram and all our other social medias as we get going here. We are Gambling Goats. And what we want to do is bring you guys what our best bets are each and every week. And you guys can see where we're making money. Speaking of which, making money, Jake Paul, Ben Askren, huge fight. A lot of hype around it. Personally, irritates me, especially right now with everything going on, because Jake Paul's such a douchebag and that's such a terrible fight. Shea, I don't even think, didn't stream it. I did.
Didn't watch it. Don't care.
I streamed it. Didn't pay for it, though. Dana White, how you like them apples?
Take that.
Actually, Dana White probably loves that because he probably hates that fight. But yeah, I think it grossed $65 million with 1.3 million views, which isn't really that much. People paying $60 a pop. It was a fucking show with concerts, awkward scenarios and conversations everywhere. Pete Davidson going into locker rooms and talking to everyone. Just playing both sides of the fucking playing field there with Jake Paul and Ben Askren. Ben Askren's a wrestler, world renowned, but like known to the UFC, holds the record for softest chin, quickest chin. So terrible fight. Guy's built like a milk bag. Personally, leading up to it, I wanted to take Ben Askren, thinking he could go the distance, maybe get a decision just because he's a UFC fighter, athlete, and could maybe take a punch. But once I saw the weigh-in and the difference in reach and just, build, I just knew right away, Jake Paul, even though he's a fucking douchebag, mama's boy, everything was on the line for him. So I ended up putting a unit down on Jake Paul first and second round, and that paid out 5. So I'm up. I'm up this week, and that's great. But I didn't like it. It was like betting on Patrick Reed. When I won that bet, and I didn't like it one bit, and he cheated. But
if you're not cheating, you're winning. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Speaking of cheating here, man. My thoughts on that fight. What a joke.
Yeah.
You got a couple. You're. People are betting on this. You got the guy before it. With the undercard there, taking a dive, getting brought out on stretcher. Like, yeah, what's saying Ben didn't take a dive there just because he's getting a $500,000 paycheck? Hello. Like,
yeah,
I'd take a dive.
Put it all on me in the first round.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I was watching interviews and he was even really, like, unconfident in himself the whole time.
It was just a complete joke. And you know what?
How much Jake Paul wants to be Conor McGregor, but
if I'm a member of the boxing community there, I'd be just dumbfounded with the complete embarrassment that was. Like, that's bad for boxing.
You see the belt?
Yeah. Did I see the belt? It looks like it was made out of fucking Lego, dude. Like, come on. What is that?
So anyways, on to real sports, because that was
that was not a real sport.
But when you see good bets like that, I say take the odds.
You got to take it. Honestly, I was betting with my heart. I took Ben. I just took him to win. And you know what? I just wanted to see Jake Paul get his chin punched in. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to see.
There you go. Rule number 1, don't ever bet with your heart.
Use the stats.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Handsome Tom. He's, yeah.
Tom Brady fan. He lost money.
Huge Tom Brady fan, but I didn't bet on him.
Anyways, we'll get into NFL in other shows. Feel free to find those once they're out. But,
subscribe.
Let's get into some NHL. So we're shooting this. Don't even know what the odds are out, but we're gonna get you our picks.
We can tell you who's probably going to be favorite in each of these games, Johnny. Just going off of how the season's been. NHL. We had that trade deadline last week. A lot of movers and shakers up there. We're going to dive right into it, though, here. So these are our picks for April 20th. We got first game up here. We got Boston against Buffalo. Boston made a couple big moves, add to some depth on the forwards. At the trade deadline, they picked up Hall. They picked up Lazar, both from Buffalo. Do we think a revenge game here?
100%. Taylor was very unhappy. I think he had 2 points or 2 goals throughout 30 games with Buffalo or something. And he had more than that within 2 games with Boston. Boston knows how to feed the puck. Real douchebag culture. So I'm sure Taylor Hall fits in there. We remember him from Ottawa. A couple
guys who won a couple rounds with him. Let's put it that way.
But talented hockey player nonetheless, and I think the boys are going to be passing Taylor the puck. I would take him on plus 1.5 points that game. I like that, and I like Boston.
You like Boston?
Money line.
Now here I'm just going to play devil's advocate.
I'd maybe take him even regulation.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Even though Buffalo just burnt me the other night there.
They've been on a little bit of a tear. I'm not going to lie. They beat Washington. They beat Pittsburgh. They beat Philly. After their big, huge, what was it? I think 18 game losing streak. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but they're bouncing back.
I had a huge parlay there, and I think it was Philadelphia.
Yep.
And I think I had $25 on a 7-game parlay. It would have paid $4K, and that's the one burner. That Buffalo burnt me there.
Now, friends,
they're the new bird.
If you're listening, if you're watching, you're going to have to find this out pretty damn quick. Johnny is a parlay guru. The guy loves his parlays. I'm a little bit more conservative. I like just to do the flat wagering, even wager it out. Put a little money there, maybe a little hedge on another thing. Johnny will go full throttle on the parlays.
And I've got a Toonie Tuesday parlay for us, but we'll get into that later.
We'll get into that. That. All right. So basically, I'm going to be devil's advocate here. I'm going to say Taylor Hall's a cancer for any hockey team that he goes to.
I've seen that stat.
He's
think Boston went down in the dumpster.
Got traded from Edmonton. He was shit in Edmonton. He had one good year in Edmonton. I'll give him that. Where'd he go? He went to the Islanders. He sucked there. Went to the Devils. Sucked there. Coyotes sucked there. Buffalo was irrelevant in Buffalo. So is he going to hurt this Boston team? That's they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, man. They got some solid players. They're
I think it's different when you have some veterans and some really good hockey players, man. If you've ever watched Sidney Crosby play hockey, man, he crosses that puck from one side of the rink to the other right on your tape. And that's the difference every time. It's so consistent.
I bet you Chris Sidney Crosby made his career. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no kidding.
But
have us out.
Yeah. So I'm going to take Boston just because I hate Buffalo. I think they're just a garbage franchise.
Easy pick. Let's go next. Pick. Tampa, Carolina. I'll go first.
Yep.
I like Carolina.
Okay.
And I think I would just take them on plus 1.5 spread.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Tampa's going to be the favorite in this game here. Going off actually saying that now, Boston's definitely the favorite in the Buffalo game. I hope everyone knows that. But yeah, Tampa would be the favorite in this Carolina Tampa game. Now, Tampa, they made some big moves. They picked up a couple D-men. And you know what they say, man? Defense wins championships.
David Savard,
Lashoff,
the Blue Jackets who are offloading right now.
They just absolutely picked up D-men. They have depth at D-men. They'll give Victor Hedman some support on D so he can get a little bit more aggressive. But I'm going Carolina. I'm riding the wave. I'm taking Carolina money line. I'll take the dog. Let the dogs bark, baby.
I like it. I like it. Sometimes you just have to pick it. It's not always about going with the grain. You got to go with the house sometimes. I love it.
Carolina, they're a good hockey team. They're a solid hockey team. They are. I like Carolina this year. I think they've had Tampa's number. So
Carolina's home as well.
Yeah, perfect. I like it even more.
We got Colorado versus St. Louis, but I think it's been postponed.
Yeah, Colorado has some COVID issues, so all their games are postponed till Thursday. So we're gonna lay off that game today, but we're gonna move it along to Florida versus Columbus.
Which sucks because Colorado's on a heater. What
do you think about Columbus just offloading their entire team? And they still haven't fired their head coach. What's going on with that?
I don't know, but they've got what? So Toronto's making moves. They picked up Riley Nash. Sorry. No Rick Nash.
Nash.
To Toronto as well. In that deal, they actually got Stefan Noesen from the Sharks, which you like. So Toronto's making big moves, but Jacket's getting rid of Riley Nash, Foligno, both to Toronto. They let go David Savard, like you said. They've really just been offloading right now, and I think they're just going to go for the dumpster ride for a bit. I don't see how you can win with draft picks.
Well, yeah. And you know what, Tortorella, I like Torts, don't get me wrong. I'll be the first guy to say he's one of the guys that will fire you up. I've seen his pressers. He's a pretty fiery guy. But what on earth is he doing in Columbus, man? He is just it's embarrassing. You got Patrick Laine. Sorry?
You think he's making this call? Maybe with the Laine, but
I think he has a lot to do with it. This guy's not working out for me. I'm gonna get rid of him. He's kind of one of those guys. You know what I mean? So I don't
know how much pull he has anymore, but I'm going to take Florida. I love the Panthers this season. I think they're playing great.
Yep.
Obviously money line, and they're actually part of my little Toonie Tuesday parlay with these games. I'm guessing you're taking Florida as well. I don't.
Yeah, I'm going to run with Florida. I'm going to take them in regulation though. I think it's going to be quick and easy done with. I don't think Columbus has a shot to keep up with this. They just lost like 6-1 to Dallas the other night. If the over comes in play, I think the over is probably going to be around 6 goals. I could see that happening. I think Florida has the offensive power that they can get at least 5 themselves. So give me Columbus to get 2. I like that. So I'll take the over and I'll take Florida in regulation.
Okay. Next is Toronto and Canucks. I think it'll be their third and last game. We're recording this, so we don't know what's happening tonight, but Toronto just lost to Canucks, which was stupid. But I don't think Toronto's going to lose 2. Shea, what are you thinking?
Toronto's going to roll them. Toronto, they're not going to lose 3. They're not going to lose 2. Sorry. Little gaseous from this. Hello.
No, they're not going to lose 2 in a row. I think I'd look at maybe the over, but I'd definitely take Toronto money line.
Yep, absolutely. I like Toronto on the money line. I like them in regulation, and you know what? I'd even look at the over as well. So I'm going to take them in regulation for sure, and on the money line. So those are my picks there. We got a lot of agreements going on here with the hockey. We've been hot on hockey. We know our hockey. We're a couple Canadian kids that we like hockey, buddy. So
yeah, we didn't talk about Toronto acquiring Ben Hutton either, Brockville boy.
Ooh, Brockville fella.
Yeah, and that's from Anaheim. That was a good trade. Like that. Love anyone who's getting Tavares in, and anyone who Simmons, local boys know how to play good pawn hockey. So that's our picks. My Toonie Tuesday parlay is all hockey.
Is it all hockey? Let's hear your parlay, buddy.
Well, no, it's not all hockey.
It's not all hockey.
I just changed my mind. I'm gonna add everything into it,
Okay.
And put
go big or go home.
I'll go back into my Tuesday parlay.
We'll leave that till the end. You know, your little
baseball. But getting into baseball, Shea, we've got the Dodgers versus Seattle. Have you been keeping up with the Major League Baseball this year?
You know, Johnny, I'm not normally a baseball guy, but for some reason this year, I think it's probably the fact that I'm in a baseball fantasy league as well, which I did not do very good last week. I got my ass kicked. A little sour about it, not gonna lie. But I've been following baseball, man. I've been jumping on it. Dodgers they're making me money. I think I'm 6-3 in the last 2 days on baseball, so not great, but not horrible, you know. I've been running with the Dodgers. They're an awesome baseball team. I think they're built nice and deep. Everyone can hit. They got some solid pitching. So I'm going to take the Dodgers against Seattle here. I think they pull off the W. They could be even on the run line as well, which is normally around 1.5 there. I would take the Dodgers. So Dodgers are going to be in this game.
Yep, I agree. Couldn't agree more. 13-3. Seattle's 10-6. I don't hate Seattle either. Like, they are a good baseball team, but I would take Dodgers money line all day long.
Yep.
Yankees versus Braves. I think Yankees are just like the Blue Jays this year. They're really crap in the bed. Especially the Blue Jays with the trades and what they've done with their team. I'm just not impressed. So I would take the Braves over Yankees. They're 7-9 this year. I think they're going to have a strong playoff push later on. I really like them. I liked them last year. I think they're a great team, so I'd take them over the Yankees.
Yep.
As long as Aaron Judge just doesn't go off, which, wouldn't be bad.
I'm not going to hate that because I do have him on my fantasy team. I like Aaron Judge.
I've got a bet for him to get most home runs this season, so I'm not against it either.
Judge. But let's put it this way, man. So the Yankees at the beginning of the year, they were favored to win their division. You know, they were absolutely the top. They were the favorite pick. They've really like you said,
at the bottom, man.
They've shit the bed this year.
Blue Jays are above them. Orioles are beating both of those teams, and then it's Rays and Red Sox in the AL East.
And you know what? The Red Sox were supposed to be garbage. So what is going on in baseball right now? I don't know. But I'm with you, man. I'm taking the Braves. I was on the Yankees all weekend. They got swept by, I think it was Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay's not a great baseball team. So I'm going to be on the Braves as well. I'll take them money line. I'm not going to touch the run line there. I'll just take the money line on the Braves.
Yeah, okay. Getting into our next game, Toronto versus Boston. Toronto, young game. This should be it should have a lot more hype in it, it used to. You know what I mean? With Jose and then David Price. Like, you just wanted to watch those games. Toronto's 7-9, Boston's 10-6. I'd take Boston over Toronto. I'm just not pleased. I'm not going to bet with my heart and say the Blue Jays are just going to start going off. I think they will get better and actually start winning, but
they're a young team.
They've got some kinks to work out. They've got some positions that they need to really assess and fill properly, but I think Boston takes that money line as well.
Yeah. Boston, they've been on a tear.
Red Sox are playing well.
The Red Sox have been on a tear. I think I saw a 9-0, 9 in a row victory win streak going on there. It just got snapped, I believe.
They're 6-1 away.
Yeah, so they did lose one, but they were on a 9-0 tear. Boston's playing really well, which surprisingly this year they weren't supposed to. Toronto, they're a young team. Like you said, they got some positional issues. They got to work on their pitching. Their pitching's been an issue for them, especially coming out of the bullpen. They don't really have that star relief pitcher to close out games for them, so they're getting a lot of hits on guys coming out of the bullpen. But you know what, man? I'm thinking Boston's tear is gonna slow down here eventually, so I'm gonna go with Toronto on this one. I'm gonna take the upset.
We'll flip a switch.
I'm gonna, you see what I did there? I was like, hey, leaning up to Boston. No, I'm going the other way. Man in the suit. Okay. I'm going the other way. I'm taking Toronto. I don't love it, but it's happening.
Okay. Well, at least we have something that we don't agree on today. Shea's taking Toronto. I'm just going to write that down so I can make fun of you later. And then we got Angels versus Rangers to finish it off. Angels are 8-5. Rangers are 7-9. I got to say I'll take the Angels at home. I liked the Angels last year.
Yep.
And I just like their uniforms a lot better.
That's how Johnny picks baseball. Which uniforms look cooler?
No, they got home advantage. They've got a lot less losses, and I think they're just, hitting the ball and they have a better field. So when it comes to pitching depth as well, I think Angels have better pitchers.
Yep.
So
you know what? They sure do, buddy. They got this one guy. His name is Shea Otihana. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
But
you know who
records.
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
The guy
is he Japanese?
Yeah,
or...
he's a Japanese pitcher, and he's also.
I think he hit a home run in his first game.
He's their designated. He's had like 5 home runs so far.
I think he threw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
Oh, and the stuff he does on the mound, and you know what? He's starting Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's playing Tuesday. Yeah. So I'm going to be on the Angels as well. I have him in my fantasy.
We got to get his name better. We'll get his name better.
He's got to get a nickname or something, man. Like, we got to give this guy
a
nickname.
No.
He's going to
get his name right.
Otihana. Oh, I'm just going to keep butchering if I keep saying it, so I'm just going to stop.
Our boy Odie.
Our big O. Hitting dingers and throwing some heat on the mound. So I'm going to go.
It's crazy fun to watch.
And you know what? I'm also going to take the Angels on the run line as well. -1.5. I'm going to take the Angels to clean up there.
Okay.
Final game for MLB, we got the Brewers at the Padres.
Okay.
San Diego. What do you think about that one, buddy? I know, baseball, it can go either way. But what do you think about this game?
Well, the Padres just threw a no-hitter, which was fun to watch. That pitcher is actually from San Diego, I believe, so that's pretty cool to see. Hometown boy throwing no-hitters. I'm just looking here. Padres are 10-7. Brewers are 8-7. So obviously, just going off that, I'd probably still lead towards Padres. Who's home?
I think Padres are.
It's a little too close. I don't think I'm even going to get to touch that game.
You're not even going to go in on it?
No.
Wow.
No, I wasn't even looking at it earlier. No. I don't like that game. What are you thinking?
I'm going Padres.
Yeah.
They got their big boy back there, Tatis Jr. The guy came back, his first game, hits a home run. He's back. He's ready to go. There's some questions about what he did to his shoulder. He had a little shoulder somewhat dislocation, but no issues there. The guy seems 100%. So I'm gonna take the Padres.
Are Padres home?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Brewers. I'm gonna take the Brewers money line, and I'm gonna do that just in spite of you, and B, it looks like Brewers are like 4-2 away. And it looks like the Padres are 5-5 at home. Yeah. So Padres are doing worse at home, and Brewers are doing better away. So I'm going to take that stat and apply it mathematically, financially into a complete gamble of an investment.
Big stat guy. I like it. Hey man, we can't be all the same pick.
It's not only stats; it's spite and hatred and love.
Oh, that's pretty cold, dude.
I finished with love.
Yeah, well, it's still cold. Anywho, we're going to be moving on.
A lot of bets. We're getting a lot of picks in.
There's a lot of.
I'm looking forward to see
what
our
money down.
I'm hoping. I hope I make at least 50% of these, or else this is going to be.
That's the goal, right? If you hit 50% of the shots, you don't make, right?
Okay, going on NBA. We're going to finish off with NBA, and then I think. Were we going to talk about the NFL draft before we finish it off for our first episode?
Yeah, let's do it, man. You know we're big on NFL.
NFL is our main sport. It sucks that we couldn't start this off earlier. watching the Super Bowl, just watching the season. But we're going to have more info just on that and golf this season. Really looking forward to it. So stay tuned. Getting into the NBA, we got 3 games that we got lined up. We got Brooklyn Nets versus Pelicans, Clippers and Portland, and Charlotte versus Knicks. Going off Brooklyn and Pelicans, what we've seen, I like Brooklyn. Obviously, just like Brooklyn, and I like the over. They score a lot of points, and they have no defense. They both just like to put up points. It's a well-known stat, Shea. It's not your pick. It's everyone's pick.
Hey, are you looking at my pick sheet here? Is that what you're doing? You're just reading off from my picks? Is that what's going on?
Looking down right at mine.
Yeah.
I knew it. What do you got on the Brooklyn Pelicans? What do you think?
Well, let me say, I got the Brooklyn, and I also got the over. I got the over number probably around 235. Anything lower than that, I'm taking the over. Anything higher than that, I bite my tongue, but I'm probably still going to take the over. These teams don't play defense; they score. I'm on the over.
28 score.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So let's go Brooklyn. They got the big stars. I like the big stars. They got Harden. They got wow.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, that's who I was trying to say. Kyrie, and then they also have Kevin Durant as well. They're going to play well. Kevin Durant.
KD.
What?
Yeah,
you guys on first name basis?
Who? Do I hear an owl? No.
You guys on first name basis here? Yeah, so they're gonna win. Anywho, that's my pick. Brooklyn money line over 235 plus. I'd probably take the over all the way up to 239, 240. It gets a little dicey.
Clippers and Portland. Who do you like? You can start us off so that you can.
You want me to start? You're not going to take my pick on this one?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the Clippers. And I'm probably going to take the Clippers on the spread as well. The spread should probably, from what my handicap puts it at, is going to be around 7 to 8 points. I'm going to take the
Clippers on the spread.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Clippers on the spread.
Okay.
And I'm also going to take them on the money line as well.
Okay. I'm going to take Portland.
Oh.
I'm going to take Portland. I think it's going to be a really close game, actually. They're pretty close. They're pretty close in standings and stats. Obviously, Clippers are a bit better right now, but I think Clippers do play a better defense. But I'm just going to take Portland because I hate always betting with the house, especially in NBA. I think it's going to be a close game. And, Damian Lillard now is your boy Damian Lillard.
Oh, Damian, eh?
Is a lot more clutch than Kawhi or Paul George. And I don't like Paul George or Kawhi right now or this season as much as the Clippers are doing better. I'm going to stick with my gut. And my gut says, hey, pick Clippers, but you're going to lose that bet. So I'm going to pick Portland.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. If you want to lose a bet, take Portland. It's all good.
Says the guy. Okay, well, we could show.
All right, next game. We got New York, and we got Charlotte.
Yeah, we sure do.
I'll let you lead me off. Let's see what you got.
Well, Charlotte's actually been on a little bit of a tear, even though they're missing their young little gun there, LaMelo Ball, is it?
Yeah.
Hornets are 28-28, so they're shooting a .500 right now for percentile.
Look at you go.
Look at me go. But the Knicks, I actually really like the Knicks, and they're going to be playing home. They've been playing a little bit better. I think they've got a little bit more depth, with a better average overall.
Yeah.
Where Hornets have a couple good players, a couple young players. It's a little bit spotty. They're going to make a couple mistakes. I think it's going to be a close game. I'll take the Knicks money line. What are your picks?
I also like the Knicks. Unfortunately, we're on the same side here.
I can't even try to get away from your picks.
I like the Knicks, but let me tell you here, I also like the under. We're gonna go under here. You know why? Because Charlotte, they're not going to be able to score that much. We are not going
under. You go under. I'm going to stay right on that.
I'm going to go under, and I'm going to take the Knicks. Knicks and under.
Shea is dumb.
Shea is not.
Knicks under. What's your under, you think? You think it's going to be like 220, 225?
Yeah, I'll put it probably around 220, 225. Yeah, in that range kind of thing. Obviously, the higher the better. I'm still taking the under. But yeah, no. So I'm going to take the under. I don't think Charlotte's going to score a lot, but like you said, they're missing ball.
They're getting the ball to the net, man. They're crashing zone, and
I think New York will have an answer for that. Let's put it that way. I think they'll have an answer. I think they're just a better team.
I think Charlotte's all over the paint and getting a lot of points down low, but I don't know. I guess you're right. Like it should be the under. Close.
Taking the under. It's going to be a close game.
I think it's going to be too close to bet. And when it's that close, it's not fun to bet the under. I think it's more fun to bet the over.
It's never fun to bet the under. Let's put it that way.
All right. So honestly, for Toonie Tuesday parlays, or Peter Piper parlays as they're normally called, because you always got to pay the piper. I like putting a Toonie down on my favorite picks. Does it hit? Once in a while it does, so it's worth it. Here we go. So I was going to take Boston over Buffalo. I was going to take Colorado over St. Louis, but it's postponed. So we only have Boston over Buffalo, Florida over Columbus. I would take Dodgers over Seattle. Hard. I'd take Boston over Toronto. Hard. I would put the Brooklyn Pelicans, Brooklyn and the over in that one in, and then I would also go with the Knicks in that as well. $2. It probably pays about 25-30.
Yeah, I can see it being because the Brooklyn and the over would that would drive up your price tag on that. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be nice.
2. Okay. Well, those are our picks. This is our first little episode. We're going to get out there to you guys. We really want to get the ball rolling. We're going to have a website up and running soon. Check out our social media for, our tickets, our bets, our picks, what we're putting in, funny memes and crap like that. And leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and watch out for our part 2. We're going to get into some other episodes with golf and NFL.
NFL, golf. We're going to be, heavy on the NFL this year once the season kicks off. But yeah, no, thanks for watching. Leave your likes, comments, concerns down below.
And let us know, what your picks are, what you guys think. If you're a fan of the
shirt, just want to show that off a little bit, a little.
Dirty Bird? What is that?
It's Bad Birdie.
Bad Birdie. Yeah. You got the hat too?
I got the hat to go on. I'm not sponsored yet, but working on it.
Sponsor. Yeah.
Yeah, so anywho, man, it was fun chatting. Hopefully we can figure something out for the NFL draft. I know I'll be watching it, so I don't know if you want to, hook up and we'll do something